Today on Be Something Wonderful, why your manifesting isn't working yet. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. I have a big video for you today. The question came up, Tom, I just don't understand why my manifesting isn't working yet. Now, I've answered this question in many different ways, but we really did a powerful unpacking in this conversation with one of you. Because remember, as I've said many times, it's not whether something's working or not working. You're always, in every moment, manifesting, shifting, and perceiving reality from a different, infinite vantage point or viewpoint or perspective. So it's not a question of what's working or not working. The question is, who and what are you conscious of being? From what perspective, what viewpoint, what vantage point are you seeing yourself and your world? Because that determines your entire life experience. Remember this, I've done this drawing many times, but I want to take it from a different perspective today. Here you are as fulfillment itself, as I am awareness. Right? I am fulfillment. I am love and gratitude. That's your true nature. That's your real self. That's your higher self. That's one with all other infinite points of consciousness as I am awareness. There's no separation between you and anybody else. It's all your inner beings combined, all possible versions of you and everybody else. As this one I am awareness, as this one unity that we call the one divine mind, or all that is. It's your core essence or vibration or frequency of love and gratitude as source. You have your own unique essence, your own unique vantage point or frequency or core essence or vibration as source, as a part of all that isness. It's unique to you, but it's not separate from anybody else or anything else or anyone else. That's powerful. Then you have that fulfillment that you are, that one divine mind, you as the center of that one divine mind. Then you have your expression of that. Your knowing yourself as all that is. Knowing yourself from that changeless awareness or that changeless knowing or that changeless consciousness. You know yourself. You are the Son of God, right? That I am awareness is what they refer to in Scripture as the Son of God. As the Son of Man or the Son of God in expression as the Son of Man. Your I am identity, who you say you are. Do you see how all those other questions of why and when or what and where is it, those are all coming from the physical, horizontal, linear experience. They're all coming from inside the manifested frame that seems solid and continuous. Right here. Instead, it's about who. That's the only question that matters. There you are. Right? That dotted blue figure is your I am identity. That's the Son of Man, Son of God, Son of Man. That's your experience. You are the Son of God in expression as the Son of Man, having a physical experience, knowing yourself physically as that all that isness. Right? I am fulfilled. I am whole. I am healed. I am complete. That's the experience of that fulfillment that you are that never changes. That love and gratitude that you are that never changes. You as that identity. And then you create. Remember, do you notice this is all the vertical? The arrows pointing down. You're always in the vertical. You're always one with all that you are. But then you create this horizontal linear experience of knowing yourself. But that's all created from this identity of who. It's about who, and the who is you. That quote from Loki, right? It's you as that awareness. But here, notice the experience. The physical experience is represented by these solid frames, right? And you believe, you're looking at this from the small me. Why, when, where, how is it going to happen? All of those questions come from inside the frame. And so you create this continuous or solid experience of who you believe you are. A past that is solid, that you believe or assume that created who you are now. And who you are now believing that that creates the future. When really it's not the physical you, it's who you really are that creates that horizontal past and that horizontal future. Who you declare yourself to be, you do that from this assumption of who you are. Not from inside the frame. That from inside the frame you create this experience that there's a solid past that you can't change and that created or caused your present. And a future that seems out of reach or seems like it's going to be the same as what you're experiencing now. That you don't see that fulfillment. Do you see past, present, and future? The past and the future get created from this current perspective. But not from inside the frame, but you create that experience from inside the frame. A future that never comes and a past that never changes, right? Or you can decide who you are right now. Who I am creates my past, present, and future, all from now, right? Remember, you create a past that makes more time, space, or space-time sense to who you're being now. And a future that makes more time, space sense to who you're identifying as now. It's all created here. There is no past or future. It's all in the now moment, and you create it from this vertical. So the questions of why, how, where, and when are questions from inside the frame of physical manifested reality. And your physically focused identity and limited, lackful, unfulfilled personality. Right? Remember, in that physical experience, we feel unfulfilled or lackful. We feel like we're always seeking. Remember, I made a point in yesterday's video, which will be linked. It will be one of the first videos linked in the description, of this idea that no matter how much you manifest, no matter how much you perceive of reality, right? No matter how much you attract or get or receive or manifest or experience, you always create this idea that of I need more, right? You're always feeling that sense of non-fulfillment. It's because you are all that is. It's because you're feeling it from these questions of why, how, where, and when, right? When is it going to manifest? When am I going to finally feel complete or fulfilled? You are now. And all of it's an experience of that fulfillment. Instead, we look from inside the frame, from a sense of non-fulfillment, seeking fulfillment in those experiences, as opposed to those experiences being an expression, a demonstration of the fulfillment that you already are. Right? Inside that frame, you can't see it. Right? You create this past that you believe existed that created your present and a future that really never comes or looks very similar to the present situation of non-fulfillment. You see it? From that personality that's feeling its limitations. So you create this cycle that I've talked about in other videos of non-fulfillment from inside the frame. Right? This a sensation that I am not who I desire to be yet. I've not manifested the things that I want yet. I'm not complete yet. I'm not whole yet. That creates thoughts and feelings or changing emotions of seeking fulfillment. Right? Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you don't. But you still feel an underlying sense, no matter how good you feel or how bad you feel, there's an underlying sense of non-fulfillment, that you're still seeking fulfillment. And then you create these manifested experiences that create that. Some of them are things that you wanted to manifest. Others are not. But either way, you're still feeling that sense that I am not complete yet. Why am I not yet there? How is it all going to happen? Or how did I get in this mess? Or where is it? Or when is it going to happen? Do you see that cycle of non-fulfillment? Instead, create from above, right? The cycle of fulfillment here. Let's see if I can get this. Not from inside the frame, but from here as the Son of God and the Son of Man, right, in expression. I am fulfillment, creating the assumption of fulfillment, that everything is a demonstration of fulfillment. And then you create experiences of your wish always being fulfilled, no matter what you're experiencing, which creates this cycle of fulfillment. I am fulfillment, an assumption of fulfillment, your wish-fulfilled experiences of fulfillment. Now you're being source versus seeking fulfillment. your being source from not inside the frame, but knowing that all frames exist within you, that all possible identities exist within you, that you are reality, you are source, you are the Son of God, creating that, experiencing itself. You are all that is, knowing yourself experientially as the Son of Man, all choosing your identity, choosing your experience, and creating that new frame in that moment that creates the experience of a horizontal linear past that's now more representative of who you are now, and a horizontal linear future that's more representative about who you're being now. This is very clear today, right? Seeking fulfillment from inside the frame, chasing thoughts and emotions, judging manifested experiences, and still feeling this cycle of I'm not fulfilled, asking those questions of why, how, where, and when. Or you're only asking who. And the who is you. I am fulfilled. An assumption of fulfillment, wish-fulfilled experiences. And that's the powerful cycle of love and gratitude that you are. That's powerful. So let's continue this. You still assume that it's about manifesting, creating, perceiving, receiving, and attracting something or someone else from out there. That's what we do when we try to create or manifest or seek fulfillment from inside the frame of physical manifested reality, right? Remember what John Wheeler said, there's no out there. This is the physicist, John Wheeler. So what is all that out there then? If there's no out there, what is all that? It's you. It's you. You are reality. You're all of it. That's what the out there is, and the in there is you. Here and now, like Moses answering God, here I am. There's no inside, there's no outside, there's just you as reality. Everyone and everything is you pushed out. That's what EIYPO really means. Right? It doesn't mean you are them and they are you. It means there's no separation between you and them. That there's only one divine mind, one God, but there's infinite experiences or finite experiences of that one divine mind. You are your own core essence, unique from all other infinite perspectives of source, from other unique essence or core essence is, right? But in your world, in your reality, you create the version of those others in things and events that resonate with or correspond to who you decide who you are. Do you see it? That's the whole idea. Your assumptions about yourself and your world are experienced in the changing forms of manifested appearances, or in other words, pushed out. That's what that means. From within you, they are pushed out in the form of experiences, from who you say you are. So everything and everyone else represents versions. It doesn't mean they're not independent, individualized points of consciousness. It means that in your world, you see a version of them that correspond or resonate with who you are being, with your definition of who you are and how you see the world. That's what everyone, I've done videos on that. There's even a playlist on Everyone Is You Pushed Out. So I won't go into detail. But you are you, and others, or everyone, are others. Each are an individualized, personalized, unique point of consciousness within the one divine mind of God, the great I am. So each are an individualized point of consciousness, but they're not separate from anything or anyone else. You're all one. We're all one. But in your world, you create your unique experience of those other infinite points of consciousness from your perspective as all that is. Because every single point of consciousness is all that is. All that is cannot be God, or all that is cannot be divided. Wherever God is at all, the all of God is. So everyone and everything is all that is, right? Each unique point of all that is all that is. Each unique point of all that is, you, me, and all the other billions of points of consciousness, is all that is, with its own unique focus or viewpoint or vantage point or personality. That's what the ancients are referring to with this idea. The Father is greater than I, the implication I am. and I and my Father are one. That's what they mean. That's the great paradox that's reconciled here, right? That my Father is greater than I, me as an individualized center or unique point of consciousness, because I'm one with all the others, but I and my Father are one. I'm not separate from any of it. I get to create my own unique viewpoint or vantage point or perspective of all that I am and all that is. Your focus, your viewpoint, your vantage point of personality is always shifting and is always new in every moment. That's why it's not a question of why isn't it manifesting, why your manifesting isn't working yet. It's always working. You're always new. The question is, from what viewpoint or vantage point are you coming from? Are you looking? That's powerful. So the versions of others in the world come from who and what you're conscious of being. Do you see? You create the versions of others in your world. It's not that they're you and you are them, but in your world, you create those versions of those other infinite points of consciousness that are having finite experiences. In your world, they come from who and what you're conscious of being. There are infinite versions of you, others, the universe, and the 3D world that all come from you, right? All that is in your experience of reality or ultimate reality. They all come from you. You create it all. If you want to see something or someone different, you have to be someone or something different. It's not about how or where or why or when. It's about who, and that who is you. There's no reality apart from your experience of it. There's no out there apart from your experience of it. And you and only you determine your experience of reality. Wow. So there's no reality apart from experiencing of it. There's nothing out there. There's no objective reality. It's all an experience. And you and only you determine your experience of all of it. Wow. That's powerful. No one and nothing has the power or authority to create in your reality. Right? No one and nothing exists outside of you, outside of your awareness and attention. There's nothing out there. It's all you. You are all that is. Everything else is the circus, or as one of you has said, circumstances, right? You are all that matters. You as I am awareness. That's why every spiritual teacher points to that idea that circumstances don't matter, that state of being matters. Because you're all that is. You could have this is why Jesus said in John 19:11, you could have no power, no authority at all against me or over me, unless it had been given from above, given from that awareness of being. No one can go in and create anything in your reality. It's your world entirely. And even the versions of them and everybody else is up to you. Do you see it? Yes, they're an individualized, infinite point of consciousness. But in your world, you create the version of them that you see and interact with. You put them there to interact with. Wow. The question is, who and what are you giving your power and authority to? To whom and what are you giving your power and authority? Who and what is determining your experience of reality? I've said that many times. Either you're creating and manifesting your life experience, or somebody else is. And that something or somebody else are the changing conditions, the changing thoughts and feelings, the changing circumstances. Influences that you believe are out there, but they're not. They're within you. You create it all. So this idea that when you're not, hear this, because I've said this many times, when you're not imagining, assuming, seeing, perceiving, and affirming your life experience, past, present, and future, right? So even your past, if you're not seeing your past as you would have liked it to be, if you're not seeing your present and future as you would like it to be, as you would like or love and dream and desire it to be, then you're giving your power and authority away to the circus or the circumstances. That's what they mean. That's what the whole definition of the metaphysical definition of sin is. Right? Not identifying with your ideal, not imagining yourself and others in your world as you would like it to be. But the whole other side of that is you're continually forgiven. Right? God never forgives because God never condemns you in the first place. You're continually forgiven as you identify with your ideal again in this moment. You're completely new, forgiven in this moment. Remember in the end of the movie Solaris, if you haven't seen that remake, you could see either one, but the remake was powerful, 2002, in terms of what we're talking about metaphysically. When Chris Calvin sees his wife who had died by suicide in the 3D physical experience, sees her again after he comes back from Solaris, and asks, am I dead or alive? And she says, we don't have to think like that anymore. Everything is forgiven. You're forgiven. Everything is forgiven. Wow. It's powerful, right? You're forgiven, right? So you're either giving it away to the circumstance, you're allowing the changing circumstances, the people, events, and things, the thoughts and feelings to deliver your experience of reality. Wow. To hand you over your experience of reality. You're handing yourself over. You're giving yourself to these experiences and saying, okay, that must be who I am. Right? That's why Jesus, your I am awareness, said in the same quote in John 19:11, therefore the one who delivered me to you has the greater sin. He's talking to Pontius Pilate, or in other words, the conditions, the changing circumstances. Who delivered you? That has the greatest sin. The conditions, not identifying, it's you, not identifying with you as your ideal or the version of you in your reality. You deliver yourself to these conditions. You hand yourself over to have things be good, have the circumstances define who you are. Have the people, events, and circumstances and others define who you are. They have the changing thoughts and feelings define who you are versus you defining who you are and allowing everything to unfold from within that identity. But remember, you're continually forgiven as you identify with your next best version of you. God never forgives because God never condemns. Wow, that's powerful. So let's continue this. Imagine, assume, affirm, and remember yourself in reality, because remember what memory is. It's just an imaginal act. Everything is images. Everything exists as potential. Remember yourself, assume it, affirm it, imagine it in reality as you would like it to be. And everyone and everything else will reflect your preference, your choice, your preferred reality. That's powerful. It's the law. It's the Lord of the Old Testament. It's the law. It's you. I am the Lord, or the law, or God, or all that is, or source, and there is no other. I'm all of it. Assume anytime you complain, or condemn, or resist, or run from, or push against the world or reality or others, you're creating it. You are reality. So anytime it just gives you more things to complain about, more things to condemn, more things to resist, more things to run from, more things to push against. Right? Wow. Anytime, though, you, on the other hand, that you love it and express gratitude, your core essence as a vibrational set point, or that your vibrational set point is your core essence, or love and gratitude as a center of the divine mind. Anytime you express that love and gratitude, you're transforming those conditions or circumstances, because love and gratitude is the source, the substance, the supply of all that is. It's the essence of reality itself. So you're transforming them. It's a transfiguration. It's a transformation of all that you are. It's your true nature. It's the real you. Wow. That's powerful. Whatever the circumstances of people, events, and things, whatever the conditions of thoughts and feelings, they're all changing. Remember, none of that's reality. If it changes, it can't be the truth of reality. It can't be real. They're real experiences of those thoughts and feelings, of those people, events, and circumstances. But they're not the ultimate reality. You are. See it all with the love, gratitude, and infinite power of being source. Not seeking, but being. Right? Not seeking the source, but being source. In other words, experience everything as source. Ask yourself, what would God do? What would Jesus do? Because that's you. What would my I'm awareness do? What would love and gratitude do? Right? Love just loves. Gratitude just is grateful, period. It's a state of being. It's not grateful for anything specifically. It's just grateful for existence itself, for life itself. Your experience of reality transforms, manifests, and creates the manifested experiences. It's law, right? That's why. It's always working for you. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. For joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, anywhere on social media at either Tom Kearin or Be Something Wonderful. And for being part of our membership channel. Don't forget, this Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific time here in the Western U.S., we're going to have our next live stream. So if you're a member, join us. If you're not a member, check out the link below. It's going to be powerful. I'm going to be answering your questions live on the chat right here from the studios of Be Something Wonderful, and answering your questions and covering topics that you've been sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. It's going to be a lot of fun. It always is. And there's more content coming up this weekend on the membership channel. Creators with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.